Good afternoon and congratulations on your new Subaru. Today we're going to go over some of the features so you're a bit more acquainted with your new vehicle. So we're going to start with under your left vent. Whole cluster of buttons here. First one, just another way to control your trunk so you can open and close that from the front seat. You're also going to get a dome light control right here. That'll control all the dome lights in the car. Makes things a little more convenient for you. You're also going to get a memory lift gate. So you're actually going to be able to set the height of the trunk, so if you park in a garage that's a little shorter, you can set it so your trunk wouldn't hit that roof. Dial that controls how bright your screens are, so at night it's not too bright on you. Moving to the bottom row, you're going to have traction control. Pairs all your tires to move at the same speed, lessening your chance of hydroplating. And then finally, you're going to have your blind spot navigation. Black box on either side of your mirror. Right there and right there as well. Would light up bright orange to let you know when someone's in your blind spot. If you turn the turn signals on, there will be an audible noise as well that lets you know you can't go in that lane. Then you're going to just have two more blank spaces so everything looks symmetrical. Next, we're going to talk about on your door itself. So at the very top, you do have a power mirror folding. We'll fold your mirrors in. Pretty convenient to have, especially if you have to park in a little bit of narrow areas. That will also happen every time you turn your car off. Then you're going to have your dial that controls your mirrors. Left for your left mirror, right for your right mirror, and then it would just be like a joystick. Down, up, right, and left. Perfect. Under that, you're going to have your lock for all your doors, along with your 4 windows. Both your 2 front windows are full auto, meaning one click will go all the way down. One click back up, all the way up. And then finally, window lock for the back seat if you have kids you don't want fiddling around with those windows. Next, we're going to talk about your steering wheel now. So, on the left side, you have both steering wheel controls. This is going to control radio presets and whatever music you're listening to. Then you're going to have your volume, so you can keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times. Source will switch between AM radio, FM radio, Sirius, all that fun stuff. Along with your voice commands once you pair your cell phone up, like call home, call work, all that fun stuff. And you're also going to have your answer and end call as well. Tucked behind, you have these little buttons right here that pull towards you. They're actually going to control the screen in front of your steering wheel. Lots of good information in there that I suggest cycling through. Definitely useful to have. Now we're going to move to the right side. All of this is all adaptive cruise control. First thing I like mentioning about adaptive cruise control is I don't suggest using it for the first 1,000 miles. There is a little bit of a grace period with your car where you're going to want to be careful on acceleration, braking, and using the cruise control just because your car's still getting acquainted with all the numbers and it sometimes gives it inaccurate miles per gallon readings. But for whenever you are ready to use it, this would turn on. You'll see when it turns on a little picture of a car with white lines in front of it pop up. Each one of those white lines is approximately a car length. You can have as many as 4 or as low as 1. Now, what those white lines are is say you're driving 70 down the highway, car pulls in front of you going 60. You have 3 white lines set. Those white lines say that you're going to keep a 3-car gap from between you and the car in front of you. Right as that car moves out of your way, it would speed back up to 70. Good to go. This button adds those spaces. This one takes some of them spaces away. And then finally, your lane keep assist. You're also going to have a heated steering wheel. Tucked behind right there on a 15-minute timer. After 15 minutes, it'll shut itself off nice and easy. Now we're going to talk about everyone's favorite, the nice touchscreen. So, first things first, phone. If you haven't paired your phone up yet, this is going to be the easiest way. You can just hit yes. You would then go into your Bluetooth settings, look for Subaru BT and available devices, and select it. It's going to give you a PIN. All you have to do is make sure that the PIN matches both the phone and the car. Hit confirm and you'll be good to go. This is what it'll normally look like, but it'll have all your information once you're paired. Easiest way to get back to your homepage with that button right there, or top left, and both will do the same thing. Now, next is apps. Apps is anything compatible with both your cell phone and the car. So, that would qualify My Subaru, Subaru Starlink, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. So what's nice about these features, if you're not familiar with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, depending on which phone you have, is it will essentially replicate your phone screen to the car screen. First rule of this is it does not run on Bluetooth. You do need to have it plugged into the USB ports right down there. And then it'll transfer everything to the car screen. Definitely useful because you can use apps like Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze. If you have any Spotify that you enjoy, you can listen to that and control it from the car screen. Any audiobooks, you can do that as well. So it's pretty useful, and I suggest taking a look at it. My Subaru and Subaru Starlink, we're actually going to go over in person just because it's a little more complicated, so save that for a little bit. And then we go back to the homepage. Next, you'll have a built-in GPS, always nice to have. All you would have to do is hit your menu, search for destination, then you would type away, nice and easy. One of the convenient things about this as well, is if you go to previous address, you can see, you can set favorites, including you can set a home, your work, lots of points of interest on the way, all that good stuff. And we're back to the homepage again. Like I said, we're going to skip Starlink and My Subaru for a little bit, but we'll get back to those in a little bit. Settings. This is going to be all your general car settings. Vehicle features, but it'll control all the interior lighting, all that fun stuff. Sound, phone, and navigation. Next, media. Media is probably the easiest screen to go over because it's everything that is not radio. So Bluetooth, aux cord, USB, CD, all of that fun stuff would be included in this. Just like on your phone screen, you can swipe everything to the left and you'll see you have another screen as well. You're actually going to have 3 screens. The reason you have so much space is for adding shortcuts. Say you have a number you have to call every day for work, you can give it that zone box on the home screen. All of these break down to about 10 other different options a piece of different ways you can customize that home screen to add boxes to make things more convenient for you. And last thing on here, the radio. What's nice about the radio is your radio presets. Mix match them with AM, FM, Sirius, no order, whatever you find most convenient. All you have to do is make sure you're tuned to whichever channel you would want to save. Tuning scrolls on the side. Click and hold. You'll hear the beep and it's saved. Good to go. And that's everything with your touchscreen. Now we're going to touch on your climate control. So, first things first, you do have dual climate control. Very convenient to have for whoever's in the passenger seat. They can adjust their side without messing with the driver. If you have sync on, sync will always do both at the same time now, including the back seat as well. Then you're going to have your mode, which controls where your airflow comes out, fan speed, along with your auto, which would regulate the temperature to make sure it stays at that temperature set, and max AC as well. Now, you have your sync. This is your on or off for the whole system. Then you're going to have rear controls, so if you hold it, you'll see it pops up. It is now locked to the back seat, so anyone in the back seat can't fiddle around with those controls. Holding it again will unlock it. Hitting it once, though, gives you control, so you can set it for whoever's in the back seat. And then your rear on or off. Bottom row, you're going to have some nice things. Very first one is my personal favorite. Cooled seating with 3 different levels. You will also have heated seats as well. Blue icon indicates cooled seats. Orange indicates heated seats. Then you're going to have your air circulation, your front defrost, your rear defrost, and what's cool about that is not only will it do your back window, but it'll also do your side mirrors and your windshield wiper blades. And then your AC. Then heated and cooled seats for your passenger as well. While we're talking about climate control, this is what it's going to look like in the back seat. Like I said, whoever's in the back seat will have just as much control as you have in the front. You're going to have your fan speed, temperature, then they're even going to have heated seats in the back as well. On-off mode to control your airflow, auto just like in the front, and then your other heated seat as well. You're also going to get your standard household outlet in here, very nice to have, along with 2 USB ports. Next, we're going to talk about the gear shift area. So first things first, X mode. Let you know real nice and big up there that X mode has now been turned on. X mode is going to be your off-roading feature. Most important part of X mode is you cannot go over 15 miles an hour. It will not allow you to. What I always say is it's meant for all terrain other than asphalt. So mud, dirt, sand, snow, all that fun stuff. Once again, you cannot go over 15 miles an hour. Next is going to be your auto vehicle hold. What that's going to do is it's a very similar feature to hill hold on a stick shift. The way it'll work is you come up a hill, you get stuck at a red light. Once your car comes to a complete stop, you can hit that on. It lets you know up here in green that it is now turned on. You can take your foot off the brake and your car is going to rest on that hill. Benefit of this is right as you let your foot off that brake, instead of getting that initial lag back, you're just going to go straight forward, good to go. And then you're going to have your parking brake. Think of that just as the same way as the last one, even though you're now on an electric parking brake. Flick it up to turn it on. Turn it off, foot all the way down on the brake, push that straight down. Another good screen to mention is going to be the little screen right above your touch screen. It's a little hard to see because of the glare right now, but lots of good settings in there. Then my personal favorite, if you hit that middle view, actually going to give you a front picture of what your vehicle sees. Helps for pulling in spots, especially in a little bit of a tight garage. Hit view again, dissipates nice and easy. Now we're going to finish up top, going over all your things up here. So if no one's talked to you about it yet, you have an eyesight system which has a camera right here and a camera right here. Always looking forward, controlling a couple different things. One of which will be that adaptive cruise control we talked about earlier. Another is going to be lane keep assist. The way this is going to work is, say you're driving down the road, you're talking to someone in the back seat, you start to veer out of your lane a little bit. Real nice and big right here, it's going to pop up letting you know you got to bring it back in. If you don't bring it back in, it will apply a pound or two of pressure to your steering wheel that helps you guide back in your lane. Real easy to override if there's ever a time there's a detour and you have to go in that left lane. Just going to feel like your steering wheel is a little heavier than normal. Anytime your turn signals are on, that feature is deactivated, so you don't have to worry about switching lanes, merging, or any of that fun stuff, as long as you use your turn signal. And the other feature eyesight uses is going to be forward collision assist. Driving down the road, car in front of you needs to slam on their brakes. Your car is going to wait till the last minute and apply full brakes. Very sudden, very abrupt, very last minute, but works very well. Obviously, you would want to try to stop the car yourself. That's more of a fail-safe situation at the end. Next, SOS, roadside assistance. This is going to be tied in with Starlink, so however long you have the Starlink is going to include with this. If you hit SOS, it calls the closest 911 dispatch. God forbid you're going down the road and airbags deploy, they're going to give you a call. You don't answer that call, they'll send people right away. You also get roadside assistance. Crack windshield, pop tire, run out of gas, typical roadside. You hit that, it'll immediately connect you to a Subaru representative. Those are actually on their own independent batteries, so the battery of the car shouldn't matter for that. For some reason, if you can't get a hold of them, what we always like saying is, on your window, it's backwards right now, but you do have an 800 number you can call for roadside assistance as well. Last feature I always like talking about is going to be a nice little sunglass holder, but if you fold it down half, nice mirror for the back seat as well. Another nice one is if you look at your mirror here and you flick this one down, gives you it's hard to see because I have nothing behind me, but it gives you a nice 180 view for what's behind. Flick that back on to turn it off, good to go. Well, that's really everything with your new Ascent. Congratulations again. I'll reach out in about 2 weeks to touch base, make sure everything's going good, and you'll get a $25 guest gift card. Feel free to contact me with any additional questions. At the bottom of this email, you will have my personal cell phone number. Always the best way to get a hold of me. Congrats and enjoy the rest of your day.